Well, we are a family in motion leaving Woodchuck Hostel. Unfortunately, it was a nice place to stay. I slept remarkably well last night. I hope that I didn't prevent anyone else from sleeping remarkably well last night. But we're going about 9.5. Good morning. Hey, you got your newspaper here. There you go. Well, we're headed on up north. Yeah, I'm going to Katahdin. So, have a good day. Thank you. All righty, we are rolling. We'll check in with you in a little bit. We'll video a little bit coming through town. And I just told Gavin, it really feels awesome to be walking with a backpack on through Damascus. Now, I'd rather be walking without a backpack on through Damascus, but I did mention last summer when I was up here, morning, that next time I came to Damascus I would be on foot, and I am. I don't have a car anywhere near here. 2 hours away by car. So anyway, this is Trail Town, USA. I'm still not sure what they're building over here. I think this is something that they're doing in advance for trail days. Whoops, gotta stop and take that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to extract pictures from my videos, because I noticed there's a lot of places where I've taken videos that I forgot to take still pictures, and I would love to have some still pictures of some things. But anyway, we're headed up the way. There's Adventure Damascus. That's where the scouts rented their bikes last year. Brant and Marley are there. They've got a great YouTube channel. I appreciate some of the things that he's put up about the psychological parts of hiking. And then right up from that is Mount Rogers Outfitters. So, and there's Snow Cream. We've already caught him and we've not gone half a mile yet. But it's all good. Damascus. And I forgot the dog's name. It's Garvey, not Marley. But anyway, we stopped in there to see Brant and Garvey. They have a YouTube channel. And look at the rhododendron right there. We're going to be walking into that right there here in just a few days, I have a feeling. I hope that Grayson Highlands is absolutely lit up with purple. But anyway, one of their videos that they did is about the psychological aspect of hiking. And that was a really important one to me, and I shared it with Gavin as well. Hello. Good morning. Doing well, thank you. So anyway, we're headed up the trail, trying to catch Angel and Bullfrog and Snow Cream because they didn't stop, but it's all good. This is where the Appalachian Trail leaves the highway coming out of Damascus, and it goes back up in the woods. We're headed for Saunders shelter. 8.5 miles, doable, not too bad. Maybe 4 hours or 5 hours of hiking at the most. And we're gonna be good. Both of us carrying extra weight today. We've resupplied for 6 nights, 6 days. And that's the most resupply that we've carried yet. In addition, Beth was up this weekend with a whole bunch of folks from home, and we love you guys. Thanks to the youth group, Bill and Vicky, Marshall and his crowd, and Fred and his crowd for coming up to visit us and bringing us snacks and helping celebrate Gavin's birthday. But anyway, I put in an order for a 3-liter water bladder, which I didn't carry early because I've heard the hoses will freeze, but I hope we're done with that by now. But a few days ago, I noticed that my 2 liters of water don't fill me through the day. So anyway, I'm carrying extra water. We're both carrying extra food, and we're looking forward to eating a little bit and lightening our packs up a little. But in addition, the bladder takes up room in the pack, so things aren't quite fitting the way that I've been having them to fit for the last little while, and that's aggravating, but it is what it is. So we're going to get on up the trail, see if we can find Angel and Bullfrog and Snow Cream up here somewhere. All right, here we go, still wandering along. leaving Damascus. And it's a very refreshing feeling to know that we can get out here and walk in the woods, up hills and down hills, and that we've gotten to a physical state where it's just not very terribly physically taxing. Some of the uphills will get you heart beating a little bit, get you breathing a little bit and thinking, man, I wish I could stop and drink some water. But most of them are not so bad anymore. That's kind of a neat feeling. Got a little bit of a view right here. I didn't even plan on that. How about that? Nice. No, it's not the best one we've had, but boy, it's the best one we've had today. So we'll take it. And Hawkeye's still coming up around the trail behind us somewhere back there. We figured out that we let him try to lead the flat sections in the downhills, and we pull out in front in the uphills. And we all move pretty well that way, and we're blessed to have good friends out here. Boy, I can't tell you how much it has been a blessing that we've made great friends out here. We saw Wednesday and Barefoot at breakfast this morning, and they are actually about 3 days from leaving the trail, and that's kind of a sad thing because we've been hiking around them, or at least around Wednesday, since the beginning. And they made it to Damascus, and they're going to go to Grayson Highlands and call it a long section, and come back and do it again in the fall and kind of chunk at it away a little bit at the time. And they said that works out best for their families, and I can understand that. They get home and be with their families for a while, and then they'll come back out for another month or two and go a little further and chip away at it. And I'm proud of them, and we're going to really miss them. But anyway, we're going to head on down the trail looking for our shelter for this evening. We're headed up the trail in order. We've got almost everybody here. Snow Cream walked on ahead of us this morning. We hadn't caught him yet, but we will. We'll see him up the road a little bit. It's another easy walk in the woods so far. We've had some ups, and we've had some downs, and we've had some flats. None of it's been too taxing. It's been a beautiful day for hiking. One of the things I like about this group of folks that we're hiking with is that we are all a great encouragement to each other. You know, everybody out here has issues and, you know, want to be home or having issues with home, or, you know, just a little homesick or whatever. And it's pretty awesome the way that we've all bonded together to kind of help each other out with that sort of thing. And that's a blessing. It's a blessing to have good people in our lives. We start every morning, and we'll stand the 4 or 5 of us, depending on whether Snow Cream's gone ahead of us. He's up early, so he likes to get on out. But we'll get all together and take turns saying a prayer for our day and for our families and loved ones and those that are supporting us, and for each other, and give thanks that we've got each other. And it's a really awesome and meaningful thing. And you know, it was really cool yesterday. We ran up with Respect. I think you've seen him in some of my videos maybe in the past. He's hiking with Hippie and Drop Bear. We met those guys back at Standing Bear probably a month ago now. And he was staying in town at a hostel at the Methodist Church, which I forgot to go by and look at. I really had intended to go by there, and I completely forgot it. Yesterday was such a busy day. But his buddies were staying out of town just a little ways. So he kind of hung around with us last night and went to supper with us. And, you know, everybody's just so helpful. You know, Hippie and Drop Bear didn't have cell service when they got in, so we were trying to find them a place to stay. So I gave Hippie my phone, and, you know, he made a dozen calls or so to the different hostels and his girlfriend to try to see if she could Airbnb something. Same thing with Respect this morning. His phone wasn't working. Can I borrow yours? Absolutely. You know, there's nobody out here, I don't think, that we've met that wouldn't give their shirt off their back if it helped out another hiker. And you know, the real world back home could learn a lot of lessons from that. It's all about giving and living together and helping each other and loving one another. And if we hadn't learned anything else on the trail, that's probably the most important lesson we've learned so far. It has just been absolutely awesome. The amount of love and encouragement we've been able to give, but even more so, all the love and inspiration that we've received from others. Alrighty, nice little mountain stream, little bridge crossing. We stopped and had a refill of some water, and Gav had some snacks, and we're getting ready to head on down. There's some rock stacking going on there. Pretty awesome. Another hikers coming through. How we doing? Great place to stop and rest for a few minutes. Mountain stream of the day. This is awesome. The sun is awesome. It's pretty. The sun is glinting off the bubbles in the rocks. Gorgeous view right there. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get across there, but I know that it's not going to be with a telephone in my hand. But that's where I'm crossing, so wish me luck. All right, so my mountain stream of the day got one-upped a little bit. Just right across the road. We were like right across the road from it. And man, that's gorgeous. I think this is not a stream. We'll call this one a small river. I don't know what it's actually called. I'll have to look it up somewhere, but nice little footbridge across and gorgeous views. And mud, nice. Figure out where we can step. The trick is to find out where the rocks are and the roots, and to let whoever's in front of you go ahead, so if they fall, you don't step on them. Alrighty, made it through. Both of us. And we're up the trail again. Well, we're pedaling along, and walking down below us, or rolling down below us, is a really nice river. That's probably the one that we stopped and that we crossed over just a little while ago. The water is shimmering and it sounds wonderful. Don't know whether we wind up getting down there to it or not, but I'm betting we probably do eventually, and we get down here and cross it. That'll be pretty neat. There's some rapids and I see a bridge, so I'm saying we're going over this thing. So I'm going to keep it right here for just a few minutes and see what all we see. That is gorgeous. Wish you were here with me. We've had the blessings of another wonderful day of weather and views and hiking. And it's just awesome to be here. We're truly blessed. And I try to remember that every day that we're out here, even when it's less than optimal conditions, or we're going uphill, or whatever we're up against. It's a real blessing to be able to be out here and doing this. It truly is. The only downside to going down to this is water doesn't go uphill, so we're eventually going to have to go uphill. This may be where we join the Creeper Trail. I think we're going to be on the Virginia Creeper Trail for a little ways here. I smell creosote on that bridge. It's kind of an interesting smell. Not something we've had out here in the woods. Anyway, I'm going to keep on wandering up the road. Maybe we're not going to cross over that. And maybe we're not going to get on the Creeper Trail, but I really thought we were. We'll see in a little while. Oops, got a root. All right, so we are definitely paralleling the Virginia Creeper Trail now. That's the Creeper Trail that you see right down here. And that's something I'm gonna have to come back and do. I missed the trip last year. We brought the scouts up here and had the brilliant idea to bring Joy with us because we were camping. And Joy likes to camp. But unfortunately, Joy can't pedal a bicycle, and Joy would have absolutely nothing to do with the little infant carrier thing that we rented to pull behind the bicycle. Every time the bike moved, she'd jump out of that thing. And eventually I gave up and decided to no longer torment her, and I just spent the day wandering around Damascus with the dog. And we had a good time, but I did miss doing the Creeper Trail. I've done it once before, but I don't remember it. It's been so long ago. So definitely something we'll have to come back and do. Well, today, thanks to Gavin, he said, "Dad, you're going to want to video this. And if I can get down here without wetting my feet or falling in the creek." He's absolutely right. That's gorgeous. How about that? I don't know if I can go out a little ways and catch a little bit more of it. That is something phenomenal. God is good. And this runs on down to that river we've been paralleling for a while. We're still running back and forth along the, well, not back and forth, but just along the outside of the Creeper Trail. It's right over there across the river. I feel like sometime we're going to get on it, but I don't know. I may be wrong. We'll see. moving on up the trail. We've had rocks to deal with today. This is always a fun thing. Not very easy on the feet to not have a flat spot to put your foot down on. So when they stand up and they're pointy, you think, man, there's not a flat spot to put my foot on, and that would be a horrible place to fall. So put the phone away and concentrate on my footing. First time coming on these flowers, and they're absolutely beautiful. Growing on either side of the trail, right there in the poison oak too. So, not sure what those are, but they add to our enjoyment of our walk today. And there's poison oak. I could do without that. I'm sure it has a useful purpose, just not really sure what it is. We're in the last quarter mile. We've caught up to Snow Cream. We've got a side trail with blue blazes. So the shelter's down this way. So we are headed to it. And I'm ready to sit down and take my pack off. I'm out of gas. I am out of gas today. I did not eat my lunch like I should have. And I didn't have much for breakfast, and that was my fault. That was dumb. But I'll do better tomorrow. So anyway, I'll show you when we get there.